how do you feel about guys that doing something about their hair loss,
Have you ever dated one?
but it just doesn't look good?
You wouldn't date it. I understand I'm trying to do something, but...
Looks fake?
But it should look natural, right?
Yeah.
Well, myself, I'm 25 years old. My name is Tom. I had lost my hair. I wanted to show you this picture. How do you feel about that? I mean, if you just like tonight, or just like today.
Would y'all date him?
No.
Like that? Like this, would you date him?
No. Well, yeah, I think.
Tom's a pretty good looking guy like this. It's like before and after. We don't want to deal with that.
Would you ever know?
There you go.
Would I know?
If I met you out at a nightclub, a park.
No, your hair looks...
No, you like him now?
Grab the hell of your hair. I sure damn know.
It does. It looks...
How do you feel about it?
looks better now.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, it looks nice.
All right.
Is that real hair?
Sure is.
Is it? I mean, is it really? Well, you have gel in it.
Yeah, I like spiking it up.
Can you tell by looking at me that I have no hair?
That you have no hair?
Yeah. Well, it's hair, but it's not mine.
It's not yours.
Not my hair.
Let me see. Turn around. No, it's pretty good.
Does it look good?
Really, that's fake hair.
That's fake hair. Well, it's actually human hair. Friends that lose their hair, it kind of bothers them a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of start wearing baseball caps a little more often.
Oh, yeah. I know a couple of guys won't walk out of the house without a baseball on.
Yeah, it really affects your life. I mean, think about if you had, like, lost a lot more hair and you're still 26 years old. You do something about it if you got...
No question.
Yeah, because it definitely affects your appearance.
I have to pay. I wouldn't go around bald. I just couldn't do it.
I started bodybuilding when I was young, probably around 13 years old, maybe 14, 15. I never really had a confidence problem. I used to be maybe a little bit shy, a little bit introverted. As I went through college, I started bodybuilding, seriously bodybuilding, and my confidence grew as I matured. It wasn't until I turned about 22 where I started noticing a slight hair loss. At that time, I was heavily into the bodybuilding. I was bodybuilding on the national circuit. And I started not liking the way my hair looked when I styled it, when I took pictures, photographs, when I did some layouts or commercials. And after a while, I thought it was time to really start looking at some ways to prevent hair loss. And it really wasn't a noticeable hair loss. It was just something that I felt uncomfortable about. Most people thought I was out of my mind. I was always very confident with the way I looked, because I always looked like I was in shape and confident, extrovert. And when I started losing a little hair, it started coming out in the comb, not very much, but enough that I felt it was time to do something about it. And when I did do something about it, it made me look 3, 4, 5 years younger. It was a real big thing for me. In business, in bodybuilding, it's important to project the positiveness of the sport and of your being, and it really helped me project that image. By projecting it, it showed, and it was really important. It's great. I feel like I'm 18 again. I could swim, roller coaster, scuba dive. Just got back from Aruba. It's just like my own head of hair. Shower twice a day, come in, go out, towel dry my hair, and I'm on the road. It's the most natural thing I could have ever hoped for. Girlfriends don't even notice it. You know, it's real nice.
If I didn't have hair, I would have probably never been married today. I would have never had a kid. She loves it, and she loves me for me now, obviously. But it was the hair that was the initial attraction that gave me the confidence to go up and talk to her.
I recently met Jim, and what attracted me to him was his great smile. He had a lot of confidence. He had a good hairstyle, and he dressed really nice. And we started to get to know each other, and we started talking about hair. And he told me that he started losing his hair, and I would never have imagined. I can't even picture him without hair. It just looks so natural. It looks great. I saw a few pictures of Jim before I actually met him, and he never seemed happy. He never had a smile in the picture or anything, and now he has no problem at all. He's very confident about himself, more confident than I am, and, you know, and I don't have a problem like that. But I don't see anything wrong with you know, with having anything done to your hair. It's, if I had a problem and I was losing my hair and there was something like that for me, I would get it done in a second.
When I first started to notice I was losing my hair, my whole life changed. My activities even changed. I love to play golf. I'm very active, but I was always paranoid if people were looking at the top of my head and not at basically what I was doing. It changed everything. It altered me. You know, I was more self-conscious about my hair. When it would rain, I'd have to wear a hat because then you'd see into my scalp. When the wind was blowing, if I didn't have hairspray on, the same thing would happen. It totally changed me. I can recall one instance when I was on the first tee getting ready to play around the golf, and I bent down to hit a ball, and I was so paranoid that they were looking on top of my head that I rushed through the shot, and I almost missed it, you know, but it was something where I had to hide the fact that I was losing my hair because I couldn't, you know, I couldn't accept the fact that I was losing it. A lot of people are watching, and their hair loss isn't really that bad, you know. Don't wait until you have no hair to do something about your hair loss, you know. Once you start thinning, it's an inevitable process. You're going to lose it all. Just do something about it and do it before it really becomes a problem. That way you never have to deal with it. I'm myself again, and all my friends see a change in me, and they all think it's for the better. You know, they really didn't know what I did, but all of a sudden I had a boost in my attitude, and having a full head of hair gave me that boost in my attitude. Simple routines is even going to a barbershop. I mean, that was a task for me because I knew they would say something about my hair loss. But now that I have a full thick head of hair, I don't have to worry about it. I go to any barber or any beautician. I can have any style I want, crazy or whatever. It's great having a full head of hair.
So I remember back when I was losing my hair, those couple of years after high school, if there was pictures being taken, I'd just never want to be in a picture. If I saw pictures of me taken, it would depress me even more because that's when you really realize how bad it is, when you see a photo of it. Now, when I see myself with a full head of hair, when somebody takes a picture, you know, I'm more than glad to be in it. It feels good. It's just such a difference. When I look back to before and after, it's just a new me. Actually, it's the old me back again. Being a musician, appearance is just about everything. The way you look is just the way people are going to judge you when you're up on stage. Before, when I was thinning, I stayed out of the bright lights. You know, you could see right through to my scalp. I would always hang back in the dark. You know, I didn't make a lot of eye contact with the audience. Now when I'm up there, confidence is just overwhelming. You know, I'm out there, I'm dealing with the audience. I don't mind running around, I don't mind showing off. You know, I feel confident that nobody's going to know, and it's just helped my playing so much. You know, I just can't wait to get up there and show off, you know. I had the process done when I was 19 years old. I mean, I'm 21 now. I can't even imagine if I waited any longer. I mean, I still have another 50, 60 years to go. I wouldn't want to go through those years without having a full head of hair.
My advice to anyone out there who's sitting in front of the TV worrying about if they're going to lose any more or if they're going to grow any more, which ain't going to happen, I'd definitely make a phone call. It's not going to cost you anything, and it made a big difference in my life. You should check it out for yours.
Yours looks real good, real good. I wouldn't tell.
Would you like to see a picture of my before?
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Is that unbelievable?
Yeah, man,
I don't
you
mean to
look
put
good.
words in your mouth.
You look real good.
I'm 25 years old. I lost it about 20.
Did you?
So now there's something for guys to do.
Yeah, you're right.
So, tell them.
Do it, because it definitely looks natural, and hey, if you got it, you might as well use it, because his appearance is different.
Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest just come back from the Laugh Factory in Hollywood, California. He's the regular MC at Dangerfields. Please welcome to the stage Mark Wilder. Come on, Mark Wilder.
Thank you. Good evening. How's everybody feeling right about now? It's a fine night to be alive, isn't it? So I just got back from Russia. Don't go there. It sucks and you might not get out. Yeah. I was at the Kremlin. Anyone been there? I was at Stalin's grave. You know what the inscription says over Stalin's grave? I'm Stalin, and I can't get up.
I started as a stand-up performer at the age of 18 when I had all my hair. And I was always a very cocky performer, and I still am. And then around the age of 19, I started losing my hair. And suddenly my confidence was affected on stage. The way I attacked people, the way I attacked the whole situation wasn't as effective as when I had all my hair. And I went through an image change. I just wasn't the same cocky man I always was on stage, and my act was slightly affected. And so I knew I had to do something about it. And so I said, I've got to get some hair. So I got myself I said, I need hair. And I got myself a full head of hair, and I went back on stage, and then I was able to take the stage with that confidence again. You know, I was able to say the things I wanted to say and be the person I wanted to be, because on the inside I was always a man with a full head of hair. And then I always felt like I spoke as a man with a full head of hair, but on stage I was simply a man with thinning hair.
I recently totaled my car, smashed my Yugo into a fern. Wasn't any Yugo, it was a turbo Yugo. It was a Yugo Z with a T-top and wood paneling. What a cruise wagon, huh? Hey, babe.
Well, you know, there's something about stand-up comedy where you're going up, and in a way you're saying to people, you know, I'm better than you are. I'm funnier than you are. I'm more talented than you are. I have the nerve to actually get paid. I have the nerve to stand up here, just me, facing off against hundreds of people, and be funnier than you are. And so a lot of times you're going to have like somebody in the audience looking for your shortcomings, you know, looking for a way to attack you. And for a while there I went through, you know, people would go, hey, nice hair, or, you know, hey, nice head, you know, and that was always my one weakness. That was like the kryptonite of my act, you know, the fact that I had this thinning hair. I'm a performer. I need confidence. My act demands confidence. And they said they could give that to me, and they did.
This is the story, all right? I'm driving on Pico Boulevard. I was going the way I wanted to go. For some reason, I snapped out, pulled a U-turn, realized I was a geek, so I pulled another U-turn. Got pulled over by a dude cop. He walked up to the car, and he said, dude, illegal U-turn. So I said, well, dude, wasn't that really more like a circle? He said, well, I think you got me. Wait here. He's flipping through his book. He goes, guess what? There's like no illegal circle in here. You're clear for takeoff. Hasta la vista, little bud.
When I first started noticing that I was losing my hair, I found it everywhere. I found it in the drain, in the sink. I found it on the pillowcase. I was very upset about how I looked with hair loss. My hairline started to recede. The crown area started to get thin. The more hair loss that I had, the more time I spent on trying to style my hair to make it look fuller. Sometimes I spent almost 45 minutes in the mirror trying to blow dry my hair to get the effect that, you know, it looked fuller. I used gels, I used hair thickeners. I spent so much money and wasted so much time trying to make my hair grow back or actually make it look fuller. And what I was actually doing was just wasting my time. I really enjoy water sports, mainly surfing. When I started losing my hair, I stopped surfing because when my hair was wet, I looked bald. I looked completely bald. The back was thin, the front was thin. I couldn't do anything with it. I didn't want to go in the water because I didn't want my friends to notice how bald I was. Once I had the process done, I jumped right into the water. My hair looked full and natural. It was wet and it looked great. I go surfing as much as I can now, every weekend, if it's nice. Sometimes even when it's raining. I get out of the ocean, I towel dry my hair, and maybe run a brush through it, and just, you know, and go and do what I have to do. I'm using my regular shampoo. I use a regular conditioner. There's no special treatment that my hair needs because it's just like my own hair. Sometimes I blow dry it to get it to be spiky. Other times I just towel dry it and go natural. It takes about 3 minutes now to really make it look natural and style it up to where I like it. When I was losing my hair, it took all the time in the world. Sometimes I even showered twice because I didn't like the way it looked when I was losing my hair.
I was about 24 when I started, you know, really taking concern about having something done with my hair loss. And I was really nervous about getting the process done. So I saw the commercial on TV a few times, so I called up for the free brochure, and I waited a while to go down. And when I went down, I saw the guys that had it done. I couldn't believe that they had the process done. So I decided a few weeks later to have the process done, and after I had it done, the bars that I go into now, people look at me and say, wow, you know, you look really great. They have no idea what I had done. They think there's something different about me. And now I go out there with confidence. I don't got to worry about nothing anymore. I go swimming. I do everything, you know, that I used to do. I get up, wash my hair, blow dry, and I'm out the door. I don't got to worry about, does it look good, does it look bad, does it look bad in some sections? It looks really great all the time. And I would say to anybody that was losing their hair or thinning out, to definitely get the process done. It definitely changes your life around, changes it for the better. It was a very easy procedure. It was painless, completely painless. 2 visits is all it took. I go down there for a normal haircut, to get your haircut anywhere you like. Nothing changes. You're your old self again, and it feels great. You know, I had hair. If I didn't have hair, I would have probably never been married today. I would have never had a kid. She loves it, and, you know, she loves me for me now, obviously, but, you know, it was the hair that was the initial attraction that gave me the confidence to go up and talk to her. When I was at the reunion, and guys I went to school with, they looked like they were 50 years old. These guys are 33 years old. There's no way, you know, there's just no way that that's me, and I wasn't prepared to be able to handle being thought of or looked upon that way. This is the way to be. I mean, I'm a young man, and I want to still continue to live my life as a young man. I don't want to look like I'm 21. I want to look like a guy that's 33 who just happens to have his hair and confidence and everything that goes with it. Believe me, if you're losing your hair, and I've been there, and, you know, if you're losing any bit of confidence at all, just do something about it, and this is the way to do it. Pick up the phone. I did it, and since then I got married, I have a baby, and we had the whole life's changed. I feel great about myself, and I feel like, you know, for the first time in my life, I have total control of my life. And so if you're thinking about doing it, just do it. Pick up the phone, make the call. It's the best investment in the world.
My advice to anyone out there who's sitting in front of the TV worrying about if they're going to lose any more or if they're going to grow anymore, which ain't going to happen, I definitely make a phone call. It's not going to cost anything, and it made a big difference in my life. You should check it out for yours.
Myself, I'm 25 years old. I had lost my hair, and I want to see your natural reactions when I show you this picture, okay? So here you go. That's myself. I'm 25. This was taken when I had hair loss. How do you feel about it?
You look good now.
Do you recommend people to do it?
Yeah, you look really good.
Would you be able to tell? I was walking down the street. Would you ever know?
No.
Right? You girls want to go out?
Well, what did you do?
Well, first what you have to do is you have to call the 1-800 number that we have. And what they'll do is you'll get in touch with an operator, and she will either send you a brochure or you can go in for a free consultation.
My father went bald when he was about 17, 18 years old, and I always made fun of my father, too. It's quite ironic that it should happen to me the same way. He never did anything about it, so I didn't know if there was anything I could do about it. I started accepting it at an awful young age. And when you're quite young, you want to look good, you want to feel good about yourself. And I was finding myself with a very bad disposition. I was always down about myself. Nothing really mattered, and that's telling you the truth. And to know what it's like, and you are going bald, you know what I'm feeling. You know how I feel when you're losing your hair. I don't have to sit here and tell you. People, you know who you are. When you're sitting in front of your TV late night watching the commercials and you don't do anything about it, it's kind of silly because you can do something about it, and there is a solution to everything. I really recommend people that are sitting down on your couch, I really recommend to at least make a phone call, find out what is available to you. And it's not going to cost you anything. Everything's confidential. You have a first free consultation if you choose to go, which it'd be silly not to go because you'd really help yourself. You'd help the way you feel. You'd help your friends around you to feel more easy when they're with you instead of just living with it. You can do something about it. And I really recommend not just young people, if there's anybody out there that are even in their 50s, there's plenty of things you can do, and it really helps out your appearance.
When I first started noticing I was losing my hair, my whole life changed. My activities even changed. I love to play golf. I'm very active, but I was always paranoid that people were looking at the top of my head and not at basically what I was doing. It changed everything. It altered me. You know, I was more self-conscious about my hair. When it would rain, I'd have to wear a hat because then you'd see into my scalp. When the wind was blowing, if I didn't have hairspray on, the same thing would happen. It totally changed me.
My hair's been thin all my life, and it's you know, a chance that I can do different things. I don't have to spend half my morning, you know, trying to fix my hair just to make it look halfway decent. You know, now it's more versatile. I can do different things with it and have it look good too.
I called them up and I went in for a free consultation. When I walked in there, I mean, they did tell me over the phone that everybody who worked there had the process done. And even though that was in the back of my mind, I just didn't realize it while I was there sitting and talking to them until they mentioned it to me again. And that was the selling point, to see 7 or 8 people in an office that all look fantastic. They all look like models. It was a dream come true. I was just so excited. I couldn't wait to get the process done.
Yeah, well, I was kidding around about I have gray hair. I have a little bit of gray, but it was, and I liked the idea that was able to integrate the gray in with my natural hair, the natural hair color. I would say it's better to have a little snow on the roof than no roof at all. So I'm a little happy about having gray hair. I could accept that, and it just makes me look my age.
I was very confident in how I looked. I went to the bathroom about 4 times just to see how good my hair looked. I looked in the mirror. I asked my friend Paul, I said, Paul, how's my hair look? He goes, I cannot believe that you were once losing your hair. And that was a great feeling. And my best friend said, boy, you look really good.
And I called for a free brochure, and I went down to the office. As soon as I seen how good everybody there looked, I knew this was going to be what I was going to do. It was 2 quick visits, and I looked like I'm 17 again. I had longer hair, so I wasn't sure if they were going to be able to do anything for me. But they coached me through the whole procedure. They told me they could match my hair up perfect, and they told me that would be completely confidential. Nobody would know. They were amazing.
I get up, wash my hair, blow dry, and I'm out the door. I don't got to worry about, does it look good, does it look bad, does it look bad in some sections? It looks really great all the time.
Yeah, you're trying to make yourself look good from your head down to your toe, and I was really working well on that. I was one of the top bodybuilders in the state, and then I went to the national level, but I couldn't do anything about my thinning hair. And it was just one part of me that I wasn't happy about. I didn't want to wait until I became severely thinning. I wanted to do something about it and nip it in the bud so that it wouldn't be that noticeable, and I would have my full head of hair.
When I was out with a bunch of friends, you know, we were out in the club, you know, hanging out, and we were all talking, and there was, you know, a lot of people around, a lot of women, a lot of guys. And one friend I haven't seen in like 3 years says to me, "Hey, Kenny, you're losing your hair." And like everybody turned around and just focused on me. That was like the most embarrassing moment.
If you were losing your hair, would you go down and check them out?
I might.
Would you recommend it to a friend now that you saw it?
Yeah, I would. Oh, definitely.
I definitely.
Yeah, I think it looks great.
It's for women. It's for anybody that has hair loss. So, looks good, huh?
Very impressive. Very impressive.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Have a good day.
My advice to anyone out there who's sitting in front of the TV worrying about if they're going to lose any more or if they're going to grow any more, which ain't going to happen, I'd definitely make a phone call. It's not going to cost anything, and it made a big difference in my life. You should check it out for yours.
If I didn't have hair, I would have probably never been married today. I would have never had a kid. She loves it, and you know, she loves me for me now, obviously. But you know, it was the hair that was the initial attraction that gave me the confidence to go up and talk to her.
You never looked so good. You never felt